Hey everyone, just wanted to give a little bit of advice about manifesting things like a cell phone, things like cameras, or any gadgets. If you're struggling to manifest things like an iPhone, a new cell phone, or a camera, and you're wondering why it's not coming into fruition, then you need to check what your dominant vibration is. I remember when I was still trying to manifest my camera for YouTube. It was around November last year. And I was constantly looking up the best quality cameras for YouTubers to use. And I was looking up the best cameras and, high quality cameras. And I'd say that this is what I need. This is the best camera for me. But when I look at the price, I'd be like, hell no. Like they were so expensive. They would be like 6,000 Rand going upwards. They would be hella expensive. And that would really demotivate me. So when I realized that I would, try my best to manifest this camera into fruition because I really wanted to have my own camera to start my YouTube channel. But, besides the YouTube channel, I just always wanted my own camera. But I couldn't get over the price. I was always thinking about how expensive they were and how every other YouTuber, the best YouTubers, the best people on social media, or all these people who can afford these specific cameras. And I was like, I can't have these cameras. So my dominant vibration at the time was me worrying about the fact that I can't afford the cameras. It was me thinking about the price. And if you really want to know what your dominant vibration is when it comes to manifesting something, you should look at your own personal reaction, your own feelings and emotions as a guide as to whether you are more on the side of the lack of your desire or more on the side of the acquisition of your desire. In other words, you have to find out on which side of the scale do you fall more. Is it the abundance? Is it the having? Or is it the lack, the absence of your desire? And if you're always anxious and worrying about the price of something, if you're always thinking about how you can't afford something or it's out of your reach and all of that, then it's probably because you are coming from the lack of that item. You're coming from lack. And what helped me is realizing that, okay, I might have a limiting belief here, but I still need this camera and I need it soon. So I'm just going to stop trying to manifest this camera. So I just stopped. I stopped looking up cameras. I stopped thinking about cameras. Every time cameras would go up, I'd look at them, they're pretty, and then just move on. Because I didn't want to hurt my own feelings and just have negative reactions and feel bad about how I couldn't, afford or get the camera that I desire. So I stopped thinking about the camera. Almost a month after I decided that I was no longer gonna think about, getting this camera that I was gonna use for my YouTube channel. I remember one day I was out with my twin sister and she needed to get a universal charger for her laptop. And we were looking at different places and we couldn't find one at this electronic store. So we ended up going to this, second-hand gadget store where she was going to look for a laptop charger. And we go in there and I'm just there for moral support, obviously. And I just go check out some things. And I stumble upon the camera section. And I'm looking at these cameras. They're nice, they're beautiful. And I can't help but like think, I really want a camera. And the cameras over there, they're cheap, but they're still not in my range. But I think to myself, oh, well, it would be nice for me to get a camera. But like I told myself earlier, I'm no longer going to think about it. And so we left this place and they told us that we should come back the following week to see if they might not have the charger that she wants. So we end up leaving. And about a week later, we go back and I'm with her again to go check out this laptop charger. And I go there, and the cameras that I saw last time, some of them have been replaced, and they've been replaced with better cameras, better looking cameras, but also more affordable cameras. And I just made I could say, eye contact with this one camera. And I said, you know what? I really like this camera. And I called one of the employees of the place and I was like, can I check this camera out? I was touching this camera, I was feeling this camera. It looked good. It was working. It was in good condition. And, I asked for the price, so like, what is the price for this camera? And then they told me, and I was like, okay, it's not expensive. It's actually very cheap. It was almost actually at a sixth of the price that I'd seen, when I was looking at cameras that I wanted. And it was still a good quality video camera. And I was like, this is very cheap. And so I reached into my wallet, and just by coincidence, the amount of money that I had in my wallet was the exact same price as my camera. And that's how I got it. And I literally decided, oh, well, I'm going to buy this. I'm not leaving the store without my camera. And so if anybody is trying to manifest something like an iPhone or a camera or any gadgets, but they're thinking about the price and worried about whether or not they'll get it, my piece of advice is this: stop thinking about it. Literally, stop trying to manifest it, okay? I manifested my camera within a month after I stopped thinking about it and worrying about it, because when you're still worried about how you're going to get something, you shift into the momentum of lack. If you think about how expensive it is, you'll keep seeing more things that affirm that, yes, it is expensive and yes, you can't afford it. So if you want to manifest a cell phone, a camera, car, whatever, just stop trying so hard. Literally make your desire known to the universe that you want the camera, but don't spend too much time thinking about it, because your dominant vibration, when you think about it, is lack. If your dominant vibration is the lack, you're having anxiety, worrying about whether you can afford it or you'll get it, then you have to shift out of that vibration and shift into abundance. But if that is too difficult for you to do, if you don't know how you can shift into thinking in abundance and having, like pretending that it's already there and feeling those emotions, then you should just stop trying to manifest it. Like literally just stop trying, and the universe will align you with your desire at the right time, at the right place, in the right circumstances, when you are now more in a more neutral and relaxed state. So if you're trying to manifest something and it's not coming into fruition and you're worrying and panicking and can't stop thinking about it, then it's time to drop trying to manifest it. Just give up on trying to manifest it. And I'm telling you, once you stop trying to actively manifest it and you give up on this manifestation, that's when it will come into fruition and you will see results.